What's up, beautiful people? If you found your way to this video, as always, I need you to know that that is not by mistake, and I'm very grateful for you to be here today. My name is Key, and this is SYB, the series, a collection of questions, conversations, and action steps that we are taking to change our life from the inside out. Now, before we get into our topic of the day, how we liking this new setup? Cute, or you hating? Okay, I feel like my setup was giving like talk show host, but now it's giving therapy. It's giving interpersonal, which I love. Today, y'all, I want to talk very briefly about grace and grief, and how in order to make it through this journey of grief with any ounce of sanity, we have to give ourselves some grace. If you watched my last video, if you didn't, let's go do that. Thank you. If you watched my last video, I talked briefly about how I lost both of my parents before the age of 21. And along with my parents, though, I've actually also lost quite a few other people in my life. And that's so unfortunate because I'm only 28. So to have experienced that amount of like grief and trauma over and over again is really unfortunate. But the beautiful part about it is now I can be a vessel and use my experience to hopefully comfort somebody else. Grief is so unpredictable. No one can tell you the right or wrong way to grieve because there isn't one. And I think that we're like really hard on ourselves when we are dealing with the loss of someone who's important to us. And I just want to serve as a reminder that each day will not look the same, and don't expect it to, right? You take the good days with the good and you take the bad days with the bad, and you use it to fuel you forward. So back in 2021, I was having a moment. I was having one of them days. I was missing my mama hard, real bad. And I just wrote something to myself that I felt brought me comfort, brought me grounding, and didn't allow me to stay too stuck in whatever it is that I was feeling at that moment. And I feel called to share that with you all now. And I just want us to understand the importance of taking it easy on ourselves and understanding that this is a day by day process. So I hope that whoever sees this, that the message that I give, it finds you with love. And I hope that you continue to love on yourself during this journey. Grief is such an interesting thing. It's like months go by and you'll keep your composure. You'll hear their favorite song. You look at pictures and smile as you're reminded of all these beautiful memories. You don't cry at the mere mention of their name. But then there's that one day when you do not feel like being fucking strong. You don't feel like thinking about the good times. You don't feel like thinking about how this experience has positively impacted you and made you this beautiful being that you are today. You don't feel like it. And all those tears come flooding in like a fucking levee has broken in your heart, because your heart is indeed broken. You're angry, maybe confused, maybe even bitter, feeling like you missed out on life because they aren't here, and rightfully so. But when those tears finally decide to stop, there's this sense of peace, of relief. And although the pain is still there, so are you, living, fighting through this grief, because it's not linear. It's not predictable. So please, I urge you to be kind to yourself on this journey, because you're the only one who knows what you're dealing with.